No Jumper. We back with a legend.
That's not live, right?
No.
Okay.
But we recording. Yo, OhGeesy in the building, man. I'm excited to have you in here, bro. You've been
I've been here in a minute.
Yeah, man. We've
Nice to see you.
been rocking since we interviewed you in like 2017 with everybody. And now it's like crazy, honestly, to see you still going hard and still
Going harder than ever, I feel like.
Yeah, is that how you feel?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so what has changed though? Because I feel like during that whole era, you were kind of living a very wild life, and as time goes by, I feel like I see you being really focused on your business and your money and whatnot.
I'm just focused on my rap more than ever, and I'm just like, I'm just in tune with myself. I'm just more focused, and like I got goals. I got real goals. I got a lot of goals I'm trying to accomplish.
Do you consider yourself a family man at this point, or are you still a young jit?
Both. YN and family man. YN on the weekends.
Holy shit. Nah, but I mean, like, even when I listen to the project, the new album and everything that everybody should go check out, it's like, I feel like I'm seeing a side of you that wants to continue to mature as a musician and like trying to make records that could really make sense on the radio and just for a wide variety of people. Whereas when I first seen you coming out, it was more just like straight street content, and obviously you still got that, but it's definitely like I feel like you're just approaching things in a very more adult way.
100%. Like when I first came in, I never wanted to be on the radio. I didn't have I didn't want to get plaques. Like I didn't care or know about none of that. Now as I'm like getting accolades, I want to keep achieving more and doing more and just keep winning.
Definitely.
And I want to like spread my message and show everybody who I am. You feel me? So I want to reach broader audiences, like different audiences.
Yeah, it's crazy when you go back and listen to the oldest Shoreline stuff before you guys really like found your sound and you guys were all on Suicide Boys beats and shit.
Yeah.
That's
like
wild.
36 Mafia type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was just in the studio with DJ Paul the other day.
Oh, really? How'd you guys connect?
He's been with us since we came out. I think because he always knew like the influence he had on us. So like my first show in Memphis, he put up like.
Really? That's dope.
He's been with us since the beginning.
He's like a real hip hop student still to this day. Like I'll still see him at random events and shit.
Yeah, I did my verse, and we've known each other for years since like we came out. And a few weeks ago was our first session, and I dropped the verse, and he was so excited. He was
really?
Like, yeah, I seen it in his face. He's like, yeah, that's a hard ass verse.
Do you still not punch in? Really?
Sometimes no. The last two projects I was punching in, but this one,
okay.
I did my project. It was no punching in really, and then we just completed the Shoreline Mafia album,
right?
The new Shoreline album.
Because Phoenix has never really punched in either, right?
No,
he does now.
He be punching.
Okay, because he didn't used to. That was one thing I was shocked by going to the studio with you guys back in the day. Is like, oh shit, they just write their verse and just go in there and just do it one take.
But no, he be punching in a lot.
Okay, you feel like which one works better for you?
Writing for sure.
Really?
For sure. I don't know. Yeah, writing, 100%.
Because I feel like it has a different sound when you're punching in each bar, even if you write it in advance, because then you have like more breath for each bar.
Yeah, for sure. You say it differently, 100%.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm learning how to put them two together, like write it, but still swag it out. You feel me? Like the whole Shoreline album, I wrote all my shit, and it was going crazy.
For sure. So okay, wait. With the Shoreline album, how did you approach that differently than how you would just approach a normal project?
It's just the vibe was just different. Just being in the studio with the homies. Like when I'm doing my solo project, I go to the studio. I treat it like a real work day. You feel me? I'm in the studio. I don't have no one there. I'm focused. I got objectives over there. We're just freestyling like around, throwing that beat around.
Definitely. Because from an outsider looking in,
it felt like less pressure and more fun.
Cause from an outsider looking in, I felt like you and Phoenix patched it up at a certain point, but it was mostly like from a business standpoint. Do you feel like as time's gone by, you guys have become more like friends like the old days?
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't really business because, I mean, we didn't even leave off like on a bad friendship. It was just like we just hadn't hung out, you feel me? So it's like reuniting, hanging out, and it's just like, oh yeah, we missed this shit, you feel me?
Right. Yeah, because some of the wildest studio sessions I ever seen in my life were definitely old Shoreline Mafia sessions. Like I would go into that shit. I remember walking into one, and it was a whole extremely wide variety of different lean pints on the table, like 10 pounds. I don't know what was about to happen with the 10 pounds. For sure, they weren't all getting smoked right there. You got like a fool getting tattooed right over here, a dude getting his hair cut right over here. It'd be like 20 dudes stuffed in there, and then still somehow you guys wrote some of the biggest songs of your career in that environment.
No, for sure. Now I can't do that no more. It's like I get too distracted.
Mm,
That's why I be really treating it like work. But definitely working with Phoenix is a whole different ball game than working by myself.
because I feel like he's still living a little bit more of that crazy lifestyle than you were.
Yeah, a little bit.
True or false?
A little bit.
Yeah?
For sure.
Okay.
I'm just like too focused because it's like back in the old days. Like even when we were doing Shoreline, like I was just like, nah, this got to get done. This got to get done. This got to get done. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah,
But
like
then I also feed a lot off of his energy. Like he got that wild energy,
right,
so it bring me back to like my old shit. That's why I feel like the Shoreline shit sounds so fire.
right.
Yeah.
Do you have regrets about like from my perspective? I feel like there was a little bit of momentum lost in the breakup or the period of time that you guys weren't together. Do you ever look back on that and be like, damn, I wish that I had like kept that thing rolling the whole time?
Not really. I don't regret anything, and I feel like it helped me grow so much as a person. It helped him grow. Like it was perfect, and I feel like bringing it back now is just all perfect timing.
Definitely. So okay, on the project, just to continue discussing that, it feels like you tried a lot of different stuff. There's more like R&B vibes. There's like some like a song with like a dude singing in Spanish and shit on the hook and everything.
Junior 8, shout out Junior 8.
Yeah, yeah. And you just put out the video for that, right?
Yeah, just right now. Let me make sure this shit uploads. My bad.
No, literally, I saw it on my subscriber
It's literally
tab right
uploaded.
before I came in here.
Right now, my bad.
But okay, like what makes you want to go in a more expansive direction like that? Just from, are you kind of? Do you feel like you're chasing hits and success, or is that just a natural?
I'm not chasing hits. I think it's natural, and I think it's for me traveling the world and seeing so much different walks of life and stuff. Like the R&B stuff, like I'm seeing like how girls react to like Huncho or Kaylin, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do some shit like that. I'm just like experimenting, and it's working.
Definitely,
it's working a lot.
Yeah, for sure. That's one thing. Like I've been talking to Ray J recently, and like when we're talking about R&B shit versus like street type music, to him you could tell that he just considers the street type stuff of just like a very like it's just kind of immature in comparison because he knows how much more success you could potentially have with shit that could really hit the
And
radio
like as you get older, you see that like the rest of the world it doesn't listen to that type of shit. Like that's why a lot of rap doesn't do as well as you think it does.
And I mean, so much of the street stuff is just kind of like designed to only appeal to people who understand the references and what you're talking about like that.
Yeah, for sure. Like a girl not gonna understand anything I fucking say in a song.
Right, definitely.
But if I say it in like cute terms and on the R&B beat, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Definitely. Do you like? I feel like you've always had that percentage of your fan base that is like the girls who they treat you like a little bit of a heartthrob.
Yeah,
type
like a Mexican
character.
Justin Bieber. Or something.
Yeah, there you go. You still embracing that? Like, is that still something that you like think about? Or?
I think it's getting crazier with the R&B shit.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Because there's definitely been shows of yours that I went to over the years too, where there was a large number of hyenas in the front row screaming, and that was kind of shocking to be like, oh, they got like a fan base like that as well.
We do. They get it. You feel me? And especially being from Southern California, like these girls can relate to a lot of shit. Like we probably remind them of their boyfriends, their fucking uncles, their cousins. You feel me? So they can relate.
Right. Yeah. Reflecting on why Shoreline made such a splash when you guys came out, though, what do you think it was? Because like, you just kind of presented a different energy.
I think it was the fact that so many kids looked at us and all our homies are different ethnic groups, and they're like, yo, I could like that could be me. You feel me? It's not just about gang banging, but it is like we still turn like we just set like an example of what everyone could be, and everybody could do it. I feel like we look like a lot of everybody. You feel me?
Definitely. Yeah, because it's like I have conversations with dudes now where I realize how big that divide is between like Chicano culture and like what a lot of people would kind of characterize as more like black culture, and it is always kind of controversial. Like people just kind of look at that a certain way, and I feel like you sort of very much ushered in that archetype of just being like a young Mexican dude in LA who is
with everybody.
Everybody and is like very much involved with a lot of different scenes, from the graffiti shit to the rapping shit. When you look at that, were you even conscious of that?
Yeah, for sure. That might be another reason why everyone could relate and fuck with it, because it's like I appeal to every different type of person.
Definitely. Yeah, and it's kind of wild to see like after all these years that still people always include you in the conversation about the top Mexican rappers out of LA. Do you feel like that puts you in too much of a box though? You feel like you should be considered just one of the top dudes, period?
I feel like I'm the top Mexican rapper regardless, like worldwide. Who else is?
Oh, so you're not even limiting yourself to LA. You're saying just in general.
Yeah, it's no one else. Who else? I mean, there's some under me, like a shout out to homies, you feel me? But
right.
I'm number one.
Definitely. If we were to go monthly listeners, I think you would take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which is,
I'm going based off of analytics. I'm not even going based off opinion.
Right. Because you've been out for so long.
Because I wouldn't call myself number one if it wasn't proven.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's in the running? Like, if you were to talk about who else belongs in the
I don't
top
know, because
five.
I don't look at no one's numbers, but definitely D-Baby, Peso, and Bravo. Like, I don't know who else. That's just off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. Do you think Lefty's making his way into that?
Oh, yeah,
category?
Lefty's up there. Yeah, shout out Lefty. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think he's trying to, like, is he kind of like leapfrogging past the competition? Because I feel like he has so much internet hype and people are so fascinated by him, but doesn't necessarily maybe have the biggest songs in comparison.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Lefty has so much potential, and I be telling him all the time, like, bro, you got so much potential. All you got to do is lock in and focus. It's like, and I know he's at the start of his career, so that's the worst time to try to lock in and focus. Like,
right.
But like, that's what I realized. Like, growing up and getting rid of distractions, that's what's making me better as an artist, better as a person. Like, you just got to get rid of all the extra noise, everything, and just be by yourself for a minute. Right. That's why I feel like the Shoreline split was so perfect, because like we just got to like sit down and just really reflect on shit.
So when you look at that, when life is moving, the right time for that to have taken place.
Yeah, for sure. Because when it was when my son was being born, and when life is moving so fast, it's really hard to reflect and fucking take everything in.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, that was crazy watching that take place, because you guys were all like living together at the time that you got signed and everything, right? And then, and I always, actually, I use you guys as an example sometimes when I'm talking to like younger groups and shit, where I'm like, think about what happened with Shoreline, where they were all such tight homies that they're living together. All of a sudden, they're getting money on a different level. What do? They all split off. They got spots with their girls and shit. And then, you know, that kind of creates like a natural amount of tension. Or you're just not living the exact same lifestyle at that point.
You're not living the same life, and you're just growing up. Like, everyone grows up. You got to grow up. You want to grow up, you're going to stay where you was at.
Right. Definitely. I mean, it's like the transition from being like a you know, I don't know if you mind me saying this, but like a drug dealer to a rapper, like a full-time rapper. No, even just that is such a huge 100%. Transition in terms of your life. I was just saying it the
other day. I'm like, bro, I went from kicking it with the homies every day, hanging out in the streets, to living in the suburbs and like have nothing to do. I'm like,
right.
It's weird. It's hard to adjust for sure.
You ever miss that energy that kind of gave you though?
I mean, I feel like I have that energy because I be around. Like if I go to a club, I see everybody that's turned up. So I'm like, I still got that energy.
But it's like
it's in me. Like it'll never go away. You feel me?
Right, definitely. But I mean, like, when you think about the lifestyle you're living of, like, you know, sneaking around, doing graffiti and selling dope and being in different neighborhoods all the time and shit.
I wouldn't do that over like how I live. You feel me?
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
I love hanging out with my son and like feel me doing normal shit. And I feel like that's what a lot of kids don't have, like just healthy friendships. We all just like get together and do bullshit. Like no one has healthy relationships with their homies, like working out, doing like cool shit, like positive shit, you feel me?
Yeah, definitely. And as you get older, it's like when you really look back at that time period, it's like you're friends, you have friends, but really you're like relying on each other for survival, you know?
Survival, and everybody's getting high with each other. So it's like fake friendships too. Like once you take the drugs out the equation, drugs and alcohol, you like, do I really like kicking it with this person?
Especially if you're the dope man.
Yeah.
If you're capable of supplying, that creates an entirely different dynamic.
Oh, God. Well, I never supplied no one, anyone I fucked with.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were selling the drugs that y'all weren't doing?
No, I was selling drugs to other people.
Right, yeah. Because you were never like a cokehead or anything. Yeah.
I was selling coke.
I'd like to hear a OhGeesy Coke album, though.
Like me on coke?
Yeah. Nah, maybe like a Monster Energy album.
Never. Yo, well, then I be drinking like yerba mate and shit, and like that should be turning me up. I'm
really?
Like, yeah.
The caffeine?
Yeah, like a lot of some of the songs I make, like I feel like I couldn't have that energy if I didn't drink some caffeine.
Right.
And I stay away from caffeine tunes. It's just like days where I'm like, damn, I have nothing to write, and it really get my creative like going.
Yeah, I worry about what the caffeine is doing to me, and then I think about
I hardly drink caffeine. That's why that's like last like. I'm like, yo, I can't come up with nothing. Like that's like worst case scenario. I drink some coffee.
I wake up in the morning every day and drink coffee.
Yeah, that's bad.
It would be very hard for me to imagine.
So I feel like it probably
it.
Don't even do nothing to you. Like you just at this point you just drinking it.
But then sometimes also I'll be sitting here doing an interview, squirming and feeling a little, you know, it's like it's really like getting to me, like it's really taking a hold of me.
Yeah, nah, for sure. That shit is like a drug.
Definitely. No, when I think about it, it's like the younger version of No Jumper. Obviously, I always like see people say like, you know, No Jumper was the shit in 2016, 2017. And it's like part of that is like, oh, okay, you loved the version of me that was like a younger dude who was really like in the clubs, the warehouse parties, like running around, living a lifestyle that realistically probably would have got me caught up as time went by.
And like living a life like that is just unsustainable. Like,
yeah.
Like you're gonna crash out for sure. So one way or another.
Yeah, because you've seen infinite people who had the sort of like momentum and hype that you guys had early on, but it eventually just kind of fizzled out.
You're gonna die. You're gonna go to jail. Something. You feel me?
Right.
It's just unsustainable. You gotta get your shit together.
Definitely. You're still with Atlantic after all these years?
We just switched over to 300.
Oh, really? Yeah. What made you want to switch that up?
My managers really decided on it. They was like going back and forth with them, and then we just thought it was like switching. Like I feel like they never did what they were supposed to do. Really, they're like fun with the bat, and we made them so much money.
Really,
and I think that's what it was. I feel like we made them so much money, and we didn't spend money, so it was just a perfect situation for them.
Definitely. When you look back on that Shoreline album that kind of came out like distinctly after your sort of initial wave, like I feel like you guys were damn near broken up by the time the album came out. When you look back at that, is it kind of a regretful project? Like it maybe didn't capture the energy that you guys had originally?
I feel like it didn't capture it, but it's still, I think that whole album might be gold.
Really?
It still did with it. Like we have a strong fan base, a really strong fan base.
Definitely. Has there ever been a time where you kind of questioned that or like wondered, like, are they going to stick around as they get older and shit like that? Or
nah, not really. I feel like we appeal to all types of ages too. Like at my shows, it'd be kids and kids with their parents, and it'd be like 40-year-olds. Like it'd be everybody.
That's crazy. Damn.
I feel like I'm like in the middle of all the generations right now. Like it's perfect.
No, yeah, definitely. It feels like there's a weird appreciation for you that like just doesn't dissipate as time goes on. That there's
I feel like it's getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it. Like I was just telling my people, I was like, "Yo, we went to the club the other day, and it's just like they love it. They love the new music. Like it's like everybody's growing with me.
Definitely.
Like my fans are growing. They're growing up, so they're understanding different references and they're seeing life. So it's different. Like
yeah, and you gotta appreciate that because like a lot of people don't necessarily get that kind of leniency from their fans. Like there's so many fans that seem like they fuck with an artist so hard and then they just move on.
Everyone has like a lot of people, not everybody. A lot of people have such short attention spans now because of TikTok and Instagram, and it's like yo, you can't even pay attention to shit no more.
Does it feel like you're working two jobs at the same time by focusing on the Shoreline shit as well as your solo career? Or is there a balancing act?
Not really. I mean, between studio sessions, yeah, but between everything else, it's just natural. It's organic because I feel like it just feeds off of each other.
Definitely. But you guys are just going on like a crazy tour coming up, or what's the plan for that?
We about to announce a bunch of shit after Coachella.
Mm-hmm.
We about to drop an album.
Really?
Super soon.
Really?
And then we do Coachella, and Coachella kick off like all types of shit.
But you have a bunch of songs on the album that are like Shoreline Mafia songs. Like, are those like songs that are just kind of early that are similar to what you'd be doing on this album?
That are on my album?
Yeah.
It was just we just started working, and it was like it just happened to come out. Our hand was forced. We was gonna keep everything a secret until right now. And then like halfway through last year, Supreme hit us up and they're like, yo, we want y'all both to model the Supreme lookbook.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, well, we're not gonna model the lookbook and not drop something, so we dropped Heat Stick. So it was like, all right, fuck it, we gonna do it. And we wasn't gonna turn down the Supreme lookbook. That's like a dream come true.
Yeah, that's crazy. Was that your first time doing anything for them officially?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how I was like, all right, well, it's like a no-brainer. We're gonna drop a song. So we dropped like Heat Stick. It was just one of the first songs we made. And it's gold right now. It went gold already.
That's fire. No, that's wild. I mean, I feel like Supreme is just like one of the rarest cosigns that a rapper can get. Like if we were to list off all the rappers that have done Supreme campaigns over the years, it's like a very rare list. Yeah.
And it was literally like a dream come true. Like from camping out and wishing I could buy Supreme to modeling for Supreme was like, oh, yeah, let's do it.
You used to camp out fully?
Yeah.
Just to resell shit or because you actually wanted it?
Not just because I wanted it, but just a few times because the people in line pissed me off.
It's its own world over there.
Yeah, I'm like, what the like, and I was like, I'm a street nigga, like, bro, I'll slap someone, like,
yeah.
I got into arguments, like, I try to beat someone up right there. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this ever again.
I definitely like witness situations, and I'm talking like this is still going on because obviously that line has moved off Fairfax at this point, but like. There was definitely times where we had people going like kind of filming that line and you realize like, oh, these dudes who wait in line for this shit are actual real hustlers. They got straps on them. They're not around. Like if you
It's a
come
lot
through
of
trying to
different
make a
people.
joke out of them, they're gonna fucking wild out on you. And they're not there just to get some t-shirts. They're there to get the shit and then resell it.
There's a lot of different people. It's people that are there to get it, people that are there to resell. It's a lot of different shit going on.
Definitely.
And Supreme, like everybody we wearing Supreme from every walk of life. So like you could run into anybody right there.
Right, definitely. With you in Phoenix, did you ever have to like I feel like you guys did an extremely good job of keeping whatever tension bullshit you had like out of the public eye. Like it never really we never got that interview with you and I know every single interview that you guys do, everybody's always gonna ask about it, but we never saw that messy ass moment where a bunch of shit from behind the scenes came out to the front.
Because it really was what I said it was. Like just us like just growing up and just having differences in how we thought. It wasn't like no street shit, no nothing. Like you feel me?
Right.
It wasn't no money. Me and him were getting the exact same amount of money. 50-50. So it was like, it was nothing.
But okay, when I first realized that the group was going through some wild changes was probably like Rolling Loud 2018 in Miami when I realized like, oh, you guys are performing Rolling Loud, you're high up on the bill, but Rob and Kato weren't there.
What happened with that was like, we stopped taking them on tour because that was basically my call. And that's probably what like everything, that was like a catalyst to everything else. But it was just straight facts. Like I went on tour. I did my first tour with them. It was my first time being away from home. I never even been out the city. First tour, and I've never even talked about this. This was my first tour. First time being out the city, and I was trapping, bro. So it was my first time leaving the city. We went on a probably 60-day tour. That's a long ass time for never leaving to performing every single night like a circus animal.
That'll ruin most friendships or relationships.
No, this is the worst part too. That like having to live with people inside a bus, all that. The worst part, we got back and like everybody was smoking every night. I don't even smoke, so they catching smoking fees. They ordering room service. Everyone is doing whatever they want to do. I'm there eating McChickens and like just keeping my head on straight. Like I'm like keeping my head everything balanced. When we get back, bro, the tour might have grossed $400,000 because of all the fees, the overdrives, like everything. I think our cuts was like $10,000 each. I said, bro, I could have 60
days of your life.
Bro, I said I could have, and I was away from home, my family. Like it was just so new to me. I was like, bro, I could have made this in a week at home. I was like, I'm not doing this shit ever again. It's just stupid.
Right. Damn, but that did you then feel like, damn, I wish that when we signed the deal with Atlantic that we had signed it as 2 people as opposed to 4.
We could have even signed it individually. I didn't know. I wish our managers at the time would have put us on a little bit of game. You feel me? I feel like everyone was just in a rush to get that money.
Right.
I was not in a rush to get that money.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like I always felt like you had a business mind.
I think it's because I was already getting money and I was already like trapping was like a business. So
right.
Like I was already like I knew what I wanted. I even tried to turn the advance down. I was like, I don't need an advance. I just want what the label could do for me.
So how did that conversation go where you're like, yo, we're going to be a lot more sparing with who we take on tour, including like members of the actual group?
I was just like, that's not going to work. Like I wouldn't go on a tour again. You feel me? Like why would I go on a fucking 60-day tour and make $10,000?
Right.
It was dumb. I was like, it's a no-brainer. I felt everyone understood too. They're like, all right.
So you never had to do like promo tours and all the shit that I hear artists talk about where they kind of got to go out and basically just lose money in order to get the promotion of going out and doing shit.
Since our very first official show, headliner show, everything was sold out. We've never had like a not sold out show.
Right.
So we didn't have to do that.
But you never had to do the thing where you like tour as support for a bigger artist just in order to get the additional fans or anything?
Never.
You ever been offered anything like that was kind of tempting?
I mean, I did support for YG, but that was it. And that was just recently.
Right.
That was an arena tour too. And our fans are so like the same.
Right.
Like it didn't even feel like it was his show or my show. Like it just felt like the same.
Like you're big enough that his fans already know about y'all.
No, the whole arena was singing my shit. Like it was literally word for word, everything.
Right. If you got an offer tomorrow and it was like you could go open for Travis Scott for a month.
I'm doing that shit.
Yeah, there's like certain ones that gotta be worth it, right?
Gotta, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. That's gotta be a wild choice.
but that's how like we were kind of spoiled. We never did open up for no one. We just went straight into selling out our own shit.
Right.
And that's why I didn't realize since we didn't have to go through that opening up for people. I didn't realize how big we were. Like, that might have made me turn down the whole record deal if I didn't know that wasn't normal. Like to be selling out shows in advance and all that shit. I didn't know.
Definitely. You ever talk to Rob or Kato? Is there any kind of relationship there still?
I don't talk to Rob. I've said like what's up to Kato, like we seen each other. Like that's
Right.
it.
I hit them both up over the years to ask them about doing an interview, and neither of them responded, which is kind of interesting to me because normally the guys who kind of end up on the outs of the situation normally have a lot to say. But it
I
feels
think
like,
they're independent. Like if they wanted to, they could do whatever the they want. Like
Right.
you see, it's all. I feel like it's all work ethic.
Yeah, because they were never really on that many of the songs, like Shoreline songs in general. Like,
Yeah, I think people be getting confused. Like, I'm like, bro, I think you guys like the idea, but you guys don't even listen to them. Like,
Right.
you guys are fucking right. Like, people would just be saying shit. You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. Damn, I wonder what they're actually getting into. I gotta do some homework. Okay, what was there when Lefty Gunplay said that he was joining Shoreline Mafia? Was that always a troll, or was there any truth to that?
We're just kicking it. It's like when the homies come around, it's like, yeah, I'm from the set. You feel me? Like,
But was there like when you guys had that arrest clip or where the cops were searching you or whatever? What was going on in that?
I was shooting my my video for real. It's one of the tracks off the album. The video's out already. So I was shooting my for real video, and I invited Lefty to just come kick it as a homie, do a cameo or something.
Right.
Like we were just chilling. Cops pulled us over, obviously thinking we have guns, but we had armed security, so we didn't have no illegal guns.
Right.
So they just kept us there for like 2-3 hours, like ripping the car apart, like trying to find something.
Just from shooting a video on the side of the street?
Yeah. Well, there was hella guns, but it was legal guns. It was armed security, so
Right.
they just had to make sure. And it was like 200 people with us. So
Oh shit.
that was just one car. They took our car, obviously.
And you didn't have a permit because that was like on Hollywood Boulevard, right?
No, they had put us over right there. We weren't shooting right there.
Oh, okay.
They followed us from like one location to another.
Oh shit.
So and then so we're shooting the for real video. He's just coming out as a cameo. We just chilling, that's the homie. And then the cops do that, ruin the whole video shoot because we had hired models, hired crew, hired everything. You feel me?
Right.
So they ruined the shoot, keeping us there for 2-3 hours. Like I was just in a cop car sweating for 2 hours. I was like, so the video's done. I take off my shirt and I'm like, we gonna shoot our song right now. So we just start shooting our song.
Right.
I'm gonna just make the best out of the situation.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the cops got it out for you at all, or you feel like that's kind of
not really? They're just it's just rappers. Of course, the rappers have guns, but we got armed security. That's what the fuck we pay for.
Right.
I was telling the cops that too. I'm like, bro, why would he have guns if I paid probably like $4,000 on security that day?
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah, definitely. You still feel like you need that much security though?
Nah, it was just a special occasion. We out. It's like we trying to avoid everything. You feel me? And it's 200 of us. I'd rather no one have a gun and we have all the official guns. You feel me? Real security.
Yeah, shooting a music video outside. With
Yeah,
you guys
see,
having guns on you like shit is normal.
And we
usually a bad
also
combo.
we're not doing that no more. Like everything is big budget. Like that time we was like, oh, we outside, we in the street. We like, yeah, we gotta take the proper precaution.
Yeah, one of my wildest memories is we did a vlog behind the scenes when you guys, I think you reshot Musty because there was two versions of the video, right? And then you guys shot the video, and that's the one where you had a Hove with the giant thing of lean that, by the way, had multiple Percocets mixed in with it. That was like one of the more ignorant things.
Yeah, I was just telling the homie the other day. I'm like, I had seen that a lot, but I'm like, I forget that we're artists. So people's first time seeing that was like that. Bro, I had seen that shit so many times. That's how we did it.
It was such a big official video shoot, and then seeing you guys do that, and I was just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Yeah, and that thumbnail still just stands out so much in my mind.
That's funny. I was just talking about it like last week.
Right, because a weird fact about that is that your baby mama's dad shot the video, right?
Her stepdad. He did an interview with you guys.
Yeah, I wasn't on that one. I think it was with Sharp, but he did do an interview about it too, which I was like, it's one thing for your girl's dad to be a video director, but then also for him to see you consuming huge amounts of lean.
He cool though, and he been in the industry so long.
Yeah,
like, he knows stuff.
Damn, that's
and
crazy.
like when I met him, like I was a real street kid, so he know where I come from. Like it was like when I met them, like I had to do like an interview with him. Like and it's funny because he definitely don't know, but I had to link up with him at the Cheesecake Factory, damn near to be like talking to him like who I am. You feel me? Introducing myself. I had just busted a script. I had a pint of lean on my waist. I was like, this is crazy.
You didn't peep it?
No, hell no. It was on my way.
You kept it in your waist?
Yeah. I had literally just came from busting the script. I think I took the bus over there too.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit. What year are we talking?
I don't know. I was doing my baby mama 11 years, so 11 years ago.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That was another thing that stood about that to me too, is that you were wearing a jacket with all the different NBA teams all over it, and then when it came out,
Oh yeah, they
like your
blurred it.
whole body was blurred.
They told me that was gonna happen, but I'm like, that's cool. It's gonna look like an old school video.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You feel me? Like a '90s rap video.
It did look cool,
Yeah,
but it
I like
also
that
was
look.
kind of like, damn, you spent a lot of money on these clothes for that whole shit to be blurred out. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, like, did you fall out with a lot of people that used to be around during that era as time went on? Like, is there like, I don't even remember exactly who I'm talking about, but there's a lot of people who are around during that era that I feel like I don't personally see
Yeah,
them.
I feel like it wasn't falling out. It was just growing apart because like no one could say nothing bad about me for real. It was just growing apart. Me growing up myself, I feel like I've matured obviously a lot more than a lot of people I fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
And just like having kids, everyone having kids, a lot of homies dying,
Right.
a lot of homies getting on drugs like bad, like that's what it is. Everybody just separated kind of.
Yeah, you guys definitely opened my eyes. Not you specifically, but like certain people that would be in your entourage at that point. And I remember like seeing one of them buying like 7 perks off somebody, and somebody being like, "Let me get one," and he's like, "Bro, you know I need this for tonight." And I was like, "Oh." So it's like
That's
that. Some of these people got real issues.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's like the biggest example of like drugs are cool until they not cool. Like everybody's around and it's all cool at the beginning, and then people really turn to drug addicts.
Right. So are you still like pretty anti-lean, or is it more like a once in a while thing?
Maybe like once a year.
Really?
Yeah.
You're more of a drinker? Because you used to like celebrate not drinking alcohol.
Yeah, I'll drink now, but you know what? It's because I started going to clubs and shit.
Yeah.
But I try to stay, like last year I stayed away from like alcohol and like altogether. I was just really focused on that album.
Yeah.
So I was just working on my health, not drinking. But yeah, I'll drink when I go to clubs, but I'm about to go back sober. I'm like, it's too hard to deal with like doing business and drinking.
Yeah, no.
Like waking up hungover, 2-3 days to recover. It's like I can't do this.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I don't know why Ray J is calling me right now. I should have gone do not disturb.
Tell him I still suck.
You want me to pick him up? Okay. Ray J, I'm doing an interview with OhGeesy of Shoreline Mafia right now. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Tell him I said what's up.
What up?
Man, sorry about bothering y'all. Yeah, so let's knock the shit out.
All right, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna call you after this.
I got a big play for it. Pause.
All right, sounds good.
All right, let's go.
That's funny. What you gonna do here?
Don't worry about it.
Y'all gonna run it too, man?
Nah.
Rage.
It's so much better if I don't explain.
That's funny as
Holy shit. Damn, after this, Ray J and OhGeesy is gonna come out, and then everybody's gonna be like, "Damn, Adam brought them together."
No cap.
Damn, I need that. Holy shit, that just got me blushing. I'm overheating now.
A Ray J hook on the Jeezy song.
You know, that's a legendary pipe layer right there.
Yeah, come on.
You know? Me and him probably the only people in the rap game that won porn awards.
Oh, for real? He won a porn award too?
Yeah, because
I didn't know that.
I seen him in Vegas one time, and he's just like, "What you doing out here?" I'm like, I didn't really know him at this time. I'm like, "Oh, I'm here for the porn awards." He goes, "Oh yeah, I won one of them one time."
That's funny as fuck. What award you win?
Porn podcast of the year.
Porn podcast.
I don't know exactly what.
That's
he
not
won.
it. That's like fake porn. That's like a fake award.
On Plug Talk, we interview him and then we pipe him.
Yeah,
PlugTalk.com.
but I'm saying you should. I thought you was gonna get like a best award or something.
I feel like I probably wouldn't be the one to win that. Not that I don't even know if there's that like best male performance. Like there's not that, but there's like best tits.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit going on in there. Okay. You stay in the gym at all, or like I'm trying to figure out what the new evolved grown up OhGeesy is all about.
Yeah, I just fell off from doing so much like media and shows and videos right now. Like, but I'm about to get right back in.
Right. Is it tough to balance those like late night club appearances and shit?
Hella tough. Like one night, like I can do hella good, and then I go to the club and I'm fucking out till 4 a.m. Like commute and everything. Yeah. Even if I don't drink, that one night of no sleep is gonna fuck me up.
No, for sure. Yeah. That's always how I feel when somebody suggests like a club thing, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna be going to bed at 5 in the morning, and my kid is gonna be waking me up at 6 in the morning.
If it's not an OhGeesy show, I would rather stay home and miss the club. Fuck all that.
Definitely. No, yeah. I feel that.
Yo, sleep is really important, like really important. And the older you get, the more you realize that shit.
Especially when you know that you're booked up the next day, and it's like, imagine me sitting here doing interviews for 8 hours, and I'm dying.
We've been going to a club lately, and like my little homie just been sleeping in the car. Like I'm like, I just want to go to sleep, like, or I be in bed. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't have to be at the club. They want you at the club at 12 or 1.
Right.
So I'm in bed, and it hits like 10, 11. I'm like, I want to get out of bed and get ready. This is crazy.
Yeah. The only way I could survive that usually is the preemptive nap. You take like a
for
2-hour
sure.
nap at like 8.
I feel like that makes it worse. I'm like, I really want to stay asleep.
You're like a weird version of yourself after the 2-hour nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It feel weird for
But
sure.
then also when you're in that environment and you want to keep getting booked for showing up to that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I show up and show the fuck out.
But
though.
it's like, you got to be this like energetic ass version.
Exactly.
Of yourself.
So like I'm in the club, I'm listening to like R&B on the way over there, and then I'm like, all right, I get there, stretch, and I'm like, all right, let's go in there, act crazy.
Right, definitely. What's your relationship with graffiti these days? Because I'm not gonna lie, over the years I've seen a few clips here and there that made me realize like, oh shit, he's having a hard time letting it go.
No, I had to stop.
Really?
I had caught a case, and that shit cost like 50,000-60,000.
Where at?
Like, I think in like Santa Cruz or something. Like,
Really?
Like leaving the show, we were just fading. We was like, all right, let's catch throwies, and then we got caught up.
Wow, and it cost you $50,000?
Because I had to pay for whoever's with me. Like I'm like, it was my fault. I turned everybody up.
Holy shit.
Lawyer fees, to basically make the case go away.
Yeah. Is that tough though? Because I know you still got hella love for it.
Nah, it's not tough because I don't want to pay no 50-60 racks. That's like, I'm not gonna throw away the money on that shit.
You still feel comfortable with doing that kind of thing at home?
I feel like I'm like writing. I do so many autographs like almost every day. So it's like, and I'm doing my hand style. So it's like I'm still doing it.
That's how I think of it every time I got to sign mad posters in a row. Is I'm just like working on my name.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Nah, we had a documentary that we've been working on for like 6 months now or whatever.
Graffiti?
With some of your boys or some dudes that you know. And at a certain point, because like, all right, we're doing like interviews with them, and then we also have footage of them like hitting highway signs and shit. And like the whole time I was thinking like, y'all are really gonna let us just put out a documentary that shows your face and shows you like
they're doing
living your
like
life?
their faces showing and everything.
Yeah, because they rap and shit too. So it's like, you know, like
kind of burnt up.
Yeah, and like the whole time, and then at a certain point they stopped responding to the video guy who's putting it together, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense because I don't know why you would want to put yourself out there like that.
Kind of burnt up.
Yeah, that's wild. But damn, like there's still a lot of people tagging OTX and shit. Like you still see it in crazy places all over the city.
Fans and shit.
I know it ain't you, but yeah, definitely.
All over the world, everywhere I go. Like if I do a show somewhere in Colorado, so fans are gonna write that shit. Well, they wrote on my tour bus one time.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, dickheads.
So it was like
Like
upsetting.
you came to see me and fucking I was
You
like,
didn't care?
He was like, how do you feel? The homie was like, how do you feel? I said, I get it.
Yeah, because that is kind of like the most hardcore thing a fan could do in a way.
No, it was just like I would do the same shit. Like
Right.
So now I'm on the other side of the.
Yo, very weird thing is to like own something that gets vandalized. Because we got a billboard on Melrose at one point, like a big on some shit billboard, and within like 2 days somebody did graph on it, and it's not even like some fly shit, which would have made me feel one way.
Yeah,
it was like
that's
garbage.
what pissed me off. It was some toy ass shit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Beyond
dickhead.
toy, like the worst thing you ever fucking seen in your life, like somebody who just found 2 half-empty cans of paint. They didn't even like finish filling it in and shit. And I was just like, damn, for real, like you kind of get that peek into what that might be like for other people.
Right on your store the other day.
Well, the store is not even there anymore, but
I thought I seen a video like this.
there was a couple of attempts where people came through and like tagged the ground and shit. I don't respect that. Tagging the ground. It was like shooting in the sky. That was fucking corny as But okay, yeah, like all right, so that takes care of the graffiti thing. Oh yeah, so how you feel about the Nitrous explosion in Los Angeles? I know you're around people doing that all the time, probably.
I was around people doing that, but I think it's bad. It's hella bad for the kids, and kids don't even understand how addicting and how and what it does to your like neurological your brain. That shit brings psychosis on. Like it's bad. It's bad as I don't condone nitrous.
Definitely, but you guys were kind of like I remember. I think it was you hit me up after I did
like,
that documentary, and you were like, "Man, we deserve our credit for being like super early."
It's like with lean or anything else. Like we never did it with intention of like other kids or like you should know. Like it's like people should have common sense. It's like listening to Lil Durk. Don't go out and kill people. You feel me? If you just enjoy the music, you feel me? Don't do what we do.
Right.
Do you feel me?
But Nitrous is so accessible.
Nitrous is more accessible now than ever, and I don't think no kid should be doing that shit. No one should be doing it.
Because it was so much more of a pain in the ass to get fucked up on it back in the day, and now it's like with the Galaxy.
Yeah, you
gas,
could just
shit
walk
is so
in and buy
easy.
that shit. That shit is bad. It's trash.
Yeah,
I don't f with it, and I make sure no one around me is doing that shit.
Yeah, most people don't have the heart to go spin on an op, no matter how much Lil Durk they listen to. You know, like Nitrous is different. That's like $40 at the smoke shop.
People is ignorant.
Yeah, nah, for real.
Free dirt.
Yeah, true. But yeah, because that's been kind of like a wild one to see unfold and I even asked some of the guys who worked for me the other day. I was like, that Nitrous shit kind of fell off, right? Like people ain't really doing it as much as they were like a year ago, right? And they're like, nah, it's still huge. It's just I think people kind of stopped putting it on social media as much.
They're probably gonna ban it though, and they should for sure.
Well, Galaxy guys took themselves out of the smoke shops and shit because I think that they saw that they were gonna get
they probably
fucked
just
over in
rebranded.
court.
I mean, they banned it in Europe, so
yeah,
they probably banned. But Europe, you know, they ahead of like trying to help their people. So
yeah, and that
like they haven't had red dye and all that shit in all their food for how long? So.
And something I still don't see out here though is like in Europe, you would go to the bar and as it's emptying out, there's just a guy standing outside filling up balloons for like $10 each.
For real?
Yeah, and regular ass people are just buying them and getting fucking
the
loaded.
The last time I was in London, it was like kids on every corner. That's why they banned that shit. It was kids on every corner doing that shit. I was like, that's crazy.
Definitely. Okay, so we covered your personal drug use and everything. Oh yeah, okay. Either or, Kendrick or Drake.
Both. I fuck with both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have like a preference.
So when you were watching the whole thing play out,
they both fuck with me.
Really?
Yeah.
So Kendrick was involved with you being at the pop out?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like handpicked. Like there was no one there that like Kendrick didn't approve.
Really? Okay, because
the invite was basically from Kendrick.
Oh wow, that's dope. I think I assumed that it was kind of like the opening DJs or whatever, kind of picking that out.
Kendrick, that's like if I threw a show, like nothing that's happening on my show is going. And that was like one of the biggest televised things. So.
Definitely. Did you see that, like the impact on that on your streams and shit like that?
I don't think I looked at it.
Okay.
But I did it because it was like a cosign from a great rapper, and it was like on some LA shit. Like, bro, Hispanics and blacks didn't always get along like that, so it was like the biggest cosign. I thought it was super special and important.
No, that is dope. You felt that a lot when you were a kid, the sort of racial tension. It feels like it's not as crazy as it used to be. Right?
I low key feel like I'm not even gonna toot my own horn and nothing. I feel like I helped bring shit together the way everyone rapping and shit now. Like I feel like I helped do that.
Definitely. When's the last time you tapped in with Drake? Because you guys modeled for him back in the day, right?
Yeah. Probably like a few months ago.
Really? What's he saying?
We were just saying what's up to each other.
Okay. That's dope.
I mean, I know so many mutuals because, like, bro, I got hella homies in Toronto and shit.
Right. Yeah. No, that's for real. But, okay, with that, like, are you somebody who wants to stay cool with both sides of that equation to the point where, like, even no matter what you think about what's going on with the beef and shit, you just, like, don't commentate on it, you just keep out of it? I feel like that's what most people in the industry do. Yeah,
for sure. I'm just gonna stay out that's their politics. Like whatever the fuck they got going, like I got my own shit going.
Right. Definitely. Okay, rest in peace, Say So the Mac.
Yeah, rest in peace, Say So.
I never even knew.
I fucked to Say So hella tough.
Yeah, because you said free him in your lyrics. That's like when I first even heard of him.
I used to serve Say So back in the day.
Really?
That's how we met.
Yeah.
That's really how we met. That's how he fucked me when we met each other because he was like, oh, what the
That's crazy.
We seen each other at the studio and he's like, what? He's like, this nigga be coming to serve me. I'm like, yeah.
Damn. So is that you up at all? See somebody lose his life like from drugs?
Yeah, bro. I don't condone drug use. Like I know we do it and like we do it from time to time, but like everything is cool in moderation, bro. I don't condone drug use, and that's why I stepped away from hanging out with so many fucking people over drug use. Like,
really,
I don't want to see that shit. Like,
so there's a lot of people that you previously had in your life where it just kind of got too depressing at a certain point.
So 100%.
Right. No, definitely. Okay. What I saw that Peso Pluma brought you out during the show.
Yeah.
What led to that? Like, how did that
go? He just reached out a bunch of times. He let me know how much he fucked with me. Like, he did interviews where he talked about how me and Phoenix inspired him. Like, he was super heavily Shoreline Mafia inspired.
Oh, that's dope.
But, like, yeah, he brought me out at 2 shows. He fucked with us hella tough.
What was it like going on in that kind of huge audience?
I feel like I've done shit like that before, so it's kind of normal.
But it's like such a
and they even seen him like once
fan base, right?
Once we because they Mexican.
Oh, so they fully seemed like they understood who you were and everything.
Home,
oh
like,
shit, that's.
And
dope.
then when I met him, it's like we knew each other, and like hugged each other, and like it was just love.
Definitely. Does it?
I like how like they all embrace me and I embrace them back. Like all the Mexican artists,
Yeah,
they heavily embrace me.
definitely. You don't speak Spanish though, right?
Yeah, I speak Spanish.
Oh, you do.
I don't know. People be saying I don't speak Spanish. I'm like, bro, I speak Spanish.
People put all their like not real Mexican stereotypes onto you because I feel like you look white enough that people just kind of like make that assumption.
Yeah, it's funny because my grandma dark and she's the one who I speak Spanish with. I was just having a whole conversation with her yesterday. It was my son's birthday party. Oh, my son's birthday's today.
Oh, really?
Shout out my son. Shout out Sincere Jewels. Corinne Carranza gang.
Happy birthday. How old is he?
Turning 6 today.
That's your oldest?
Yeah, he's the only kid.
Oh, the only one.
Yeah. Well, I have 3 other fur babies.
Oh, dogs.
Yeah.
Got it. You thinking about making more kids, or are you just sticking with the one?
I would want a daughter for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
You do IVF so you could pick that out.
Nah, I wouldn't want to do that. I feel like that's like extra out.
That's like you trying.
I'm just
to play
gonna
God.
hope. Yeah, I'm just hoping. I was gonna hope for a daughter. If I get a son, I'm not tripping.
Damn, yeah, because I got a 4-year-old daughter, and like it stands out to me so much. Like I have to have another kid. I gotta roll the dice. Like I can't just do one. I gotta at least try for.
I want another kid for sure.
Yeah. Damn, you feel like you need to be at a different point in your life, or
No. I'm ready for a kid whenever. I'm not tripping.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. I saw that there was a Lil Yachty minor controversy where somebody was trying to make a thing out of one of his lyrics. He said, like, I got a Mexican bitch. I'm going to take her to Moe's.
What is that?
Moe's is like a Mexican joint. It's like a Chipotle type spot. And I seen people on TikTok trying to treat this like it was offensive. Do you think that's offensive? Is there anything to that?
What? That's not offensive at all. That's crazy.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I bet when he was in the booth saying that he didn't even think that it would be offensive.
I feel like people just be saying shit. People just want to be involved. People want to feel important. People want to be heard. People want to put their 2 cents. Like a lot of people, there's a lot of people that shouldn't have podcasts and we need to make these more expensive.
Yeah, we need a tariff on these. Sure.
Oh God.
Nah, because like, all right, the dude that I saw making TikToks about it was acting as this was the most grave offense.
Was it even a big song? I've never heard it.
I don't even think it's a big song.
Yeah, he's tripping.
And I'm like, bro, that's
if it was like
lyric.
I could see someone tripping if it was like a #1 song, like Billboard charting,
right.
like.
I mean, bro, like rap is,
and that shit not even offensive.
Yeah.
Shout out Yachty too.
Rap is like,
I fuck with Yachty.
Most of the time when you're rapping, it's like you and your homies making a bunch of like weird little jokes and like just around trying to make each other laugh. It's like it's so the vibe of like you're supposed to be pushing against the edges of like what's considered offensive or acceptable.
And it's rap. Like we don't. At the end of the day, we don't give a fuck. Rap.
Yeah, that's what's so fucked about the internet. You have all these people that don't really listen to rap, and they're basically like trying to make content off of talking about rap.
Like I think a lot of people, especially like critics, they don't come from where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll never understand. Like you feel me?
Definitely.
Like,
I think about it all the time.
We all come from like the street. Like we're like ain't no fucking getting canceled in the street.
Yeah.
Unless you do some J Cash shit. That's how you get canceled.
What qualifies as J Cash shit?
J Cash shit. I don't know. You know, weird shit. Anything weird.
I think about that sometimes. At some point, I'm gonna have to explain to my kid that like bitch is a bad word, but every rap song I listen to calls girls.
No,
bitches.
your kid's from LA, so you gotta explain what a J Cat is.
Oh man, I feel like my girl don't know.
She don't go to school with Hispanics.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Oh, I can't even imagine that conversation. What about when like Tyga's had a couple songs like and one of them that he took down? It wasn't the Go Loco one. It was I forget which the one he deleted was, but like he was kind of like playing on some Mexican tropes, stereotypes to make a song.
I fuck with Tyga, and Tyga gave me a feature and for the free, so he looking out for the Mexicans.
Really?
Because he looking out for me and Tune. I'm looking out for more Mexicans. You feel me? He looking out.
That's dope. Shout out Tyga.
Hey, shout out Tyga.
He's streaming now. Could you see yourself being a streamer?
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think you got it?
I maybe I'll try.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of rappers
I just feel like
would have a hard time with it.
Yeah, because it's too much. Like we do out of pocket shit. We say out of pocket shit. Like it's like a lot of private shit. Like
and like being on stream for 4 or 5 hours in a row. It's like
maybe I could though. I don't know.
It's a tough skill set.
I need a lot of I need a media train all the homies around me.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you got to media train them. 100%. Okay, you want to know when I knew that you was a cold dude? Is when there was an episode of that Fig Munity podcast you're on, and AD asked you for a verse, and I felt like you kind of killed his rapper dreams a little bit by shutting him down.
And I shout out AD. It's not even that. It's like really business. Like
You were
feel
like,
me?
you got a label, you got a
Bro,
budget.
bro. I turned down so much stuff, like so much stuff, and then a lot of people think like you would assume it's because I'm cocky or I'm like, you feel me? No, this is my art. Like this is like real art. Like I treat this like art, and that's why I feel like I'm so successful with it because I don't treat rap like so much of a business. Like I treat my music like a piece of art, like art.
Definitely, yeah. Because I mean,
So I don't fuck around about it. Like
a lot of people like are really out here doing songs with whoever.
Yeah.
They're doing interviews 24/7 all the time, and it feels like you're moving in a different way where you take the shit more serious.
I'm on my way to be a superstar. Fuck all that shit.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
you can't fucking like put yourself up here and then come down and work with everybody. And it's like I would love to. Like I don't even like saying no. Like it's so hard for me to say no. But like I want to keep my brand where it needs to be.
Because we see people all the time who like fall out with their day ones because they wouldn't give them a verse or whatever, and don't seem to understand that as a rapper you got to kind of.
This shit is art. Like and like people like I feel like other people. No one's ever explained it like that. Like no one knows how much this shit means to each one of us. Everybody has their own like way. That's why like it's some verses that I don't get cleared or I ask for a feature. Like I don't take that shit to offense because I understand.
Really?
I feel like you just got to be understanding. A lot of people aren't understanding.
You got any examples of that come to mind in terms of songs that
Not
you
really.
wish could have been came out?
It's a lot of shit. Like I can't even think of it. Like off rip, I can't think of it. But we've asked for features all the time. And people be like, "Oh no, we don't want to do this," or "We'll work later." And I'm like, "All right, cool."
No, yeah, definitely.
I don't take nothing personal. This shit business.
How'd you end up connecting with you got a song with Pressa and Bundog, which apparently he's like a legend for and needs to remain mysterious because I was on FaceTime with him and Pressa one time and I screenshot put it on Facebook and they were like, bro, you gotta take that down. It's like all bad.
That's my boy. Shout out Bundog. I met him when he was like fresh out of prison. He just took care of me. Good people. It's like it's like when you meet people and it's just love. Like I don't want nothing from him. He don't want nothing from me. And it's like he real. So like real recognize real. Like you meet someone and you like it feel like I know you my whole life. You feel me?
Right. You were in Toronto when you did that video, or that was out here?
It was in Toronto. Yeah, I was in their hood. I was by the projects right there.
That's dope.
It was half Toronto, half Atlanta. I was with Pressa in Atlanta, but Bundog couldn't leave Toronto, so we did the other half in Toronto.
Do you feel like you were moving around with some very dangerous individuals right there? Because I feel like they're like we don't know, but they're like super controversial. Out there. They got crazy street shit.
Nah, I feel like I move around with dangerous individuals everywhere. I have my whole life. You feel me?
So he was dissing some ops on that song with you. I don't know if you caught it.
Yeah. He was dissing somebody. But
Yo,
I feel
like you wouldn't have done a song with somebody in LA who was dissing somebody like that.
Nah,
I don't blame you. That's
for sure. But I feel like everybody understand where I come from. Like I like to show love and give love, and like it's nothing personal with me. You feel me? Like I show a lot of love. Like if you really look at everything I do, like I show a lot of love, and I just love to get the love back. Like honestly, I feel like in a perfect world, we should all be united. We all the same, bro. When I meet niggas from different hoods, niggas that beef with each other, like, bro, we're all the fucking same. We tell the same jokes. We like the same bitches. We wear the same clothes. Like, it just, shit gets misconstrued. Like, life is life. Society.
For sure. Do you feel like you're stuck with the same haircut for life? Like, you can't switch it up?
Oh, no. It's magic in this hair. So
like, OhGeesy with the baldy might not hit the same.
Yeah, it might not. Nah, it's going to hit the same. It might hit harder.
Like,
Who knows?
We had
it's definitely, whatever I do, it's not going to get worse. I'm only going to get better.
But we had the OhGeesy snowman board on the wall for like a million interviews in a row.
I love when I see interviews in my boards right there. And I know it goes over a lot of people's heads. So y'all know that's my
for sure.
skateboard.
I definitely had people
on every interview
acting like it was a bootleg Young Jeezy.
Yeah, it's funny because like people that aren't really fans of me, like they'll try to come talk shit. Like they'll be like, "Oh, you got that from Young Jeezy? You copy Young Jeezy?" It's like
no shit.
No, besides that, like besides the obvious, like, bro, we come from skate culture.
Right.
But like every brand
parody, rip
yeah,
off
exactly.
Shit.
It's just and it's paying homage. Like I grew up off Jeezy, you feel me?
For sure, and that says a lot about how.
And I really sold bricks, so.
but like think about it. Like if you could take a hairstyle and put it on a snowman, and everybody gets the reference, that kind of says a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely. You ever met up with Young Jeezy?
They hit me up the other day when they were in LA.
Really?
They're like, "Yo, Jeezy want to bring you out." I'm like, "What? That's a set." I'm like, "That's."
You weren't around?
I had just got home. I had been gone for like a month, and I hadn't seen my son. I was like, there's no way I could just get home. I just walked in the house. I'm like, I can't just leave.
Yo, I would trip out if I heard y'all on a song together.
But I told his team, the people that reached out, I'm like, I want to work with him. I want to do something like OhGeesy.
That would be actually a crazy ass moment.
I'm gonna do something with him for sure.
Yeah,
I'm putting that out there right now.
I got this dude, Belly Gang Cushington from Atlanta, who raps exactly like Jeezy.
For real?
He's a white, or he's half white, half black. He raps exactly like him.
One of my favorite songs. Like that's why I came up with the shit was So Icy, and Jeezy's wearing the snowman jersey, and that's why my first Rolling Loud I came out with that exact same snowman jersey. I was like that was one of the most inspiring songs for me. Like.
For sure.
Being a kid watching Jeezy and Gucci.
Definitely.
And that song was powerful. Look what came from that song. Beef, like all type of shit. That was a special song.
Definitely. That changed the whole shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else you got planned coming up in terms of pushing this album and everything you got going on?
I'm just gonna keep doing content. Shows. I'm doing shows. Like I'm doing clubs every weekend. Like and it's cool because it's like an older crowd. Like it just goes to show like when I do a show, it sells out because it's all ages. And when I do a club, it sells out. Like, everything's just going up. I just plan to keep on working, keep my foot on the gas.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, that's dope to have.
Yeah, Paid in Full is one of my best work to date. Like, I love how I'm rapping on it. I love my headspace that I'm in. It just feels good. It feels special. So, and then we going right into Shoreline Mafia. So, it's like.
Definitely.
I've never done that. Good back to back.
Yeah. No,
you seen how long they made us wait to drop a Shoreline album? 3 years. Like,
yeah, were you real frustrated during that time period?
I was touring so much, like 200 some days out the year, I wasn't even paying attention.
Right.
And then I forget that fans are at home and they not like traffic. Like time goes by fast when you're traveling and busy. And so when I reflected on it, I was like, oh shit, damn, we fucked up.
And there's new rappers every day.
Yeah.
Trying to take your spot. You gotta just keep going because it's like you never know.
No cap.
Definitely. All right, anybody you want to shout out? Any thanks?
Well, shout out my son. It's his birthday today. I'm about to go up, take him to a nice dinner.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's it, man. Shout out you. Thank you for having me here, man. I ain't seen you in a minute.
Nah, yeah, it's been a while. Congrats, I seen that Rolling Loud like a year ago.
Congrats on all your success.
Nah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I'm proud of you, seeing you being a good dad and everything like that. It's dope.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Man, our kids will get together one day.
Shout out,
play date.
Shout out the kids, man. Shout out the kids. That's what we do it for. That's all it is. If you got kids, fuck everything else. That's what you got to do.
I still haven't had any like interactions between my kid and like rappers' kids, which I feel like will be like the trippiest thing.
How old is your daughter?
4.
She don't want to meet my son. He already 2-player. He 2-player. You got to keep her away.
That's crazy you mentioned that because my kid, my girl says that my kid basically has like a crush on her swim instructor, and he's grown, he's like 20 or some shit, but like she's like I could tell by the way she looks at him and shit, and the way she talks about him that she fully like she doesn't understand, but she has like a crush.
Yeah, she got to stay away from my son. He too fly. Like.
Oh my god, yeah, all right, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Maybe they should never cross paths.
Yeah, all right, let's keep them separated.
Then we gonna start beefing because he gonna be mad. She heartbroken.
Nah, you can't be mad about that unless he does her dirty. Then I'm gonna fucking kill him.
You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be smoke.
All right, yo, OhGeesy, Shoreline forever. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Much love. No Jumper. Coolest podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn my man up. We out.
Paid in full. Get paid in full.
All right, we gonna